As we challenge the framework, we ask you to be pensive as opposed to being defensive. Sometimes it's necessary to question the paradigms that have been imprinted in our minds.
Those who seek to reclaim our African glory so often put centralized African kingdoms at the center of their story.
Kingdoms like Kush, Kemet, Mali, name-checking kings and queens to add to the sheen. But Africa was more than those kingdoms. Anarchist examples more common than we suppose. In fact, centralized kingdoms were a minority. Instead, we can look at the Igbo, a federation of autonomous communities without kings, queens, and chiefs. Don't shake your head in disbelief. At one point, 4 million people organized into 2,000 separate villages. Should the presence and existence of a kingdom, empire, nation, or state radiating immense material wealth be the yardstick we use to contemplate our self-worth for this time we spend on earth? Are we not detracting from those who did not choose to chase that particular vision of glory? Are we not detracting from African indigenous peoples who chose instead to humbly respect and flow with the earth, acting as caregivers of this land on which we stand? Many will acknowledge on our African continent we live within imposed colonial boundaries, artificial state constructs, geographic lines drawn by others which interfere with people's lives, a constant cause of strife. African peoples were stateless prior to colonialism. This stateless presence, often referred to as a sign of our so-called underdevelopment, a barometer of lower intelligence. But if it was a conscious rejection of kingdoms, empires, nations, states and other political forms of centralized hierarchy, peoples like the Shona of Zimbabwe, the Manu of Ivory Coast, the Kusasi of Ghana, those of the highlands of Madagascar and other African peoples with anti-authoritarian philosophies of living together, refusing to live a life of subjugation, insisting on African mutual aid created by those unafraid of social living, communal living.
Yes, indeed. Time to reshape the historical algorithm. Do your own research, reach your own conclusion, and always be ready to shatter any illusions.
As we challenge the framework, we ask you to be pensive as opposed to being defensive. Sometimes it's necessary to question the paradigms that have been imprinted